And I get the clicker too. Nice. I was told I could wander about. My mission this afternoon is to wake you up, keep you awake late at night by feeding you a little information, and do this all by telling clean jokes. So we'll see how I do. I have a short period of time. Just a little bit about myself, so you'll actually think I do know what I'm talking about. I may, as Ricky was talking earlier about inheritance, I have no idea. I'm a child of the 60s from the San Francisco Bay Area. That means to some of us that tie-dye is still formal attire. I grew up, well, I guess I didn't really grow up, because I'm not there yet. I'm a musician on the side, so that means none of us musicians really grow up. But I had a realization probably a few months ago that I think all my life I've been training to be in the BPM world. I spent most of my free hours and weekends and summers working on my grandfather's ranch and my uncle's farm, where inevitably we picked low-hanging fruit, corralled a lot of the animals that escaped the pen, and shoveled a lot of manure out of the barn. Barns have just changed. All of my animals running around can be the development teams or anybody else. And low-hanging fruit used to mean apples and apricots. Now it's something completely different. Let's see if I can get this to work. Woo, wrong way. Okay. So what we're going to talk about, oh, and also in keeping with the political era of this year, my panel today consists of empty chairs. So I'm doing the Clint Eastwood thing today. If I start speaking in voices, don't worry about it. It's the empty chairs. I want to talk about Center of Excellence. Why would you put one together? Why does it work? Why does it not work? A couple of my colleagues are sitting over here, so if questions come up that I can't answer, I'm going to look to them. And part of that is because we're a team. Somebody comes in and says, I can give you the best center of excellence that you've ever had in your world, and your whole life's going to be solved. I mean, everything's going to be grand, and you're going to be eating candy the rest of your life. Show them the door. There's so much more to it than that. It's not about one person's opinion. It's about many people's opinions, what they've done, how they've done it, what's worked, what hasn't worked, what your organization is built around. What are the strategies that you've all have put together? These are some of the things that we've done. You know, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know who's on third. I think we're in about third right now. And that's only because we've taken a look at what we have, what are we doing now. We're taking a look at what we want to do, putting a strategy together, and then how to move it forward. The Workflow Council that we have as a global council consists of region heads from both the operations side and the technology side. It was important for us to put that together because in the past, technology said ops had no clue as what they were doing. Ops said technology was running everything and they were totally screwing it up, and we need to find a better way to do it. Putting the two teams together, we can point fingers at each other across the table, but ultimately at the end of the day, we got to get something done. So let's get it done right. We need to re-engineer some of these things. This is what we came up with, our goals. Got to define some standards. That goes along the lines of what tool do you want to use? We did an RFP. We took a look at the major BPM vendors that we have in-house. Which one is going to solve our problems now? Which one is going to help us move forward? You know, it's not just what can we fix in 3 months, is what can we do in 3 years or 10 years? So standardization of the platform, that was part of that modeling, designing, implementing. Those are the components of how to get it out there. So a lot of everybody was talking about today. You hear a lot of the vendors tell you, this is a way we do it, this, and this is a way, this is what's worked. Yeah, it all works. It's all good. Providing guidance. And the guidelines, define and build, provide timelines. Okay, so the other thing that I did when I grew up, spent 8 years in parochial education with the nuns, 4 years with the Jesuits in high school. I do